Through dangers untold and hardships unnumbered, I have fought my way here to Pisces, beyond the Black Lake, to prove myself worthy, for my will as strong as any, my prowess as great, to tell what happened last time on the incorrigible party.
He hands you 2 mugs.
Bryn puts one mug to her lips and leans over the side and pours one out for Gozer.
Just pours it on the ground.
Well, I don't care about the towers anymore. I want to go get this flower.
Almost literally like as if you're like moving from it and almost like trying to outrun it. These dark clouds just filling the sky and just torrential rains in this storm as it's approaching the city of Pisces.
Everyone starts clapping. Bryn starts singing one of the Wood Elf songs. I'm not gonna give an
How's
example.
that go?
Yeah, what's that sound like?
No, I won't give you a taste. It's in Elfish, so you wouldn't understand.
Yeah, you wouldn't know. You wouldn't get it.
You wouldn't understand Elvish.
Tonight, we drink to King Gozer. May she finally be at peace with the orc warriors who fell before her. Hear, hear!
And remember, as the adventure continues, should you need me, yes, should you need me.
So, Bryn, you of course only needing your 4-hour trance, you finish it and are free to walk kind of back out of your room down into the Jack Deal as it is the following morning after you guys kind of settle in and we're trying to basically wait out this storm that had hit land. And as you kind of walk down the set of stairs, you find the Jack Deal completely deserted. Just kind of the only sound you can really hear is the harsh like rattling of the rain against the inn's windows, just filling the silence of this empty bar. The rattling though was quickly drowned out by what by now must be kind of this familiar buzzing, as again this wasp that kind of flits by your ear and lands on your neck and stings you.
Oh, it bites me this time.
It gets you this time, yeah. And suddenly the front door of the bar, it blasts open. This gust of wind kind of blowing in torrents of rainfall. And Ciari appears at the threshold.
What?
She smiles at you, kind of extends both of her hands out in front of her, palms up towards the ceiling. The strands of seaweed that hang from her body, they slip away and fall to the tavern floor. Like almost as if she's like shedding this coat of skin. Before they hit the ground, they become translucent and they just like fade from existence. She walks towards you, hands still held out. You see though that she's still covered in the black slime, like she has been the last 2 times you've seen her.
Okay.
She now is standing right before you. She kind of reaches down and grabs your right hand, taking it in both of hers. And you form this fist, and clenched in it, you were grasping her headband. Still smiling, Ciari, she closes her eyes and bows her head slightly. And the headband, it begins to glow, giving off a bright white light. As it gets brighter, so does the light coming in from the tavern windows. As if somebody kind of has thrown open a set of curtains. The dark clouds of the infinite storm, they part and the rain stops. Beams of sunlight add to the brilliance of this radiating illumination from your headband. It starts to get brighter and brighter until you're forced to shield your eyes against it. And even with your eyes like jammed shut, the light is blinding through your eyelids. From your closed eyes, the light fades and it becomes dark again. And you open your eyes and you find yourself in your room. Your trance kind of ended. I don't know how do you trance? You like sit there like cross-legged and
I like hover off the ground a couple inches. Okay, do I feel like it was real or like a dream?
Well, clenched in your right hand is Ciari's headband,
Okay.
still faintly glowing,
Oh.
and the light just kind of fades until it's gone. And
All right.
you feel power emanating from it.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome. Wow. I don't know what to say. Bryn's alone. She doesn't say anything.
Well, and it is the next morning now, and so all of you will benefit from a long rest, if from healing any of your injuries from the Coralern, and you are now all level 6.
Woo!
So, as we usually do, why don't we start with go over what you guys gained at level 6? Why don't Shaft start?
At 6th level, Rangers don't get a whole lot. I did get some more hit points. I rolled a 7, added my con, so I get 8 additional hit points, bringing me to 47. I did gain a favored enemy, and it suggests in the text of the player's handbook that you choose one that you've had some experience with, potentially, and so I picked constructs as more. Most of the other ones didn't apply anyway, but I think we could sort of go that might be pretty good for favorite enemy. Then I do get Natural Explorer. I get to add another type. I had mountainous terrain before, and I added forest. I looked to see there is no hills, so I'd assume I'll either go with something else or I don't know how that fits in. But anyway, I picked forest. I don't get any more spell slots or anything else, so that's pretty much what I get at 6th level.
That's boring.
You said it.
Falzarin.
So, as I think probably everyone knows by now, I'm multi-classed with...
What?
Yes.
Wait.
Gasp. So I was currently at 4th level wizard, 1st level warlock. I chose to go up another level in wizard, so I'm now 5th level wizard. I ended up... I'm always scared to roll hit dice, so I just took the plus 4 to my hit point maximum, and I gain 2 third level spells. So I chose Fireball, surprise, surprise.
Fireball. I haven't heard of Fireball before. Bowl of flaming hot Cheetos or something?
Yeah, it's just a spicy dish.
Yeah, and it really deals damage about 8 to 12 hours later. And Lehman's Tiny Hut I picked, which is another 3rd level. It's an evocation spell that can be cast as a ritual. It's a cool spell. I can go over it now or discuss it later. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it'll come up when you cast it.
Sure. And that's about it for Falzarin.
Okay. Bryn.
So, yeah, that bee sting, eh? I'm multi-classing to druid, everybody.
What?
Yeah.
Bum, bum.
Bum, bum, bum. I guess thematically it kind of makes sense as a wood elf and having a druid for a best friend, right? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'll be level 5 rogue still and level 1 druid, which gives me the ability to spellcast. So I learned druidic as well, which is a secret language of druids. And I get to spellcast. I learn and know 2 cantrips. And I also know the entire list of 1st level spells, correct? And I prepare 3 a day.
Right.
With 2 1st level spell slots.
Right.
Okay, I think I got it. So, I'm new to spellcasting, and you guys will get to witness how terrible I am at it. Oh wait, Bard, you guys saw that, so never mind. Well, you saw nothing, but...
Coming.
Yeah.
It's coming.
It's coming.
And did you also add your additional 2 hit points because of your tough feat?
I got my tough feat, yeah. So I have 58 damage max. So that's cool.
That's really good, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And Ciare's headband serving as this druidic focus.
Is my focus, correct. Will it always glow, or no?
That would be obnoxious.
That'd be cool.
It's not always
Halo.
glowing.
When we're in the dark.
It may glow when you're casting, when you're using it.
Oh, that'd be cool. I picture like this really gross Adidas sweatband. Like, just kidding. It's probably more twigs and berries style, but yeah.
Like a wreath?
Yeah.
Like a crown of
yeah,
thorns?
like nature. No thorns.
And finally, Shakara. I mean, you kind of came in at level 6. You built Shakara at level 6. But maybe,
Yes.
since it's our first paladin on the main show here, why don't you maybe go over some of the highlights for us?
Well, first off, since I'm a dragonborn, I have fire breath. So I can shoot out a 5-foot wide by 30-foot long thing of fire. I wanted to say like a sheath of fire, but that didn't make any sense. I couldn't think of a better word.
Like a spout of fire.
That works.
A column.
And I'm also column. Yeah, a column of fire.
I said column, but yeah,
That's
column.
not what he said, but yeah.
Column.
Column
I
is
heard
good.
column.
Yeah. Column's better.
I'm also resistant to fire, and I am immune to disease.
Oh wow.
As a paladin, I am.
What?
I took the Oath of the Ancients, and I took the Protection Fighting style. So if somebody within 5 feet of me is getting attacked, I can impose disadvantage with my shield on that attack. And I'm also a heavy armor master. So any bludgeoning, piercing, or slashing damage is automatically reduced by 3. As paladin, I have divine sense, so I can open my senses to feel if there's any fae or fiend or celestial or undead around me.
Oh, so you
Within a
feel
certain
me
range.
all the time. Nice. Aren't I Fae?
Are you?
No.
I'm
No.
not Fae?
No.
What? Man. Okay.
You're an
Fae
elf.
would be more like Isabella, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Isabella and Erica are fae creatures.
Oh, I thought I was a Fae.
I can lay on hands, so I have this pool of healing within me. And since I'm 6th level, I have 30 hit points that I can deal out as I see fit by touching somebody. I can divine smite, so I can call upon my Oath of the Ancients, whatever, and add extra damage to my hits if I want to. At 6th level, I think it was, I got an extra attack, so I can attack twice on my turn. I also have the Aura of Protection, so if anybody within 10 feet of me gets a bonus 4 to any saving throws.
That's just static all the time?
Yep.
That's awesome.
We're counting on you to remember that.
Yeah, I'll try and remind you, too.
And it's 10 feet, you said?
Yeah, anybody within 10 feet gets an extra 4.
Just hang out with her, Mr.
to
Squishy.
saving throws. Yeah. Well, no, because I'm going to be up front
In
fighting.
the front line.
Yeah, you're not going to be one of the front line with me, no. But also, Oath of the Ancients, I can channel divinity, which means I can do either Nature's Wrath or Turn the Faithless. And Nature's Wrath is pretty cool and probably the only one I will use. I can invoke primeval forces to ensnare a foe. I can cause spectral vines to spring up and reach a creature within 10 feet of me that I can see. And that creature has to do a strength or dexterity saving throw or be restrained. So, it's pretty much just hold somebody in place, potentially.
Oh, that sounds like my Entangled.
Yeah,
Basically,
pretty much.
vines and stuff come up. Yeah.
But I can only do that once per long rest.
Oh, it's not like a spell slot. Cool.
Yeah. And I do have some spells. I have 4 first level spell slots and 2 second level spell slots, so I can like cure wounds and that kind of stuff, but my divine smite takes spell slots. So I probably will be smiting more than curing. So keep that in mind. I can heal, but I am not a healer.
Right. You can lay on
Ah.
hands, but you're going to be using your spell slots to...
I can heal
Attack
now.
probably more.
If I prepare it, I can heal.
And most importantly, I can find steed. I can summon a warhorse, my little friend, well, big friend, who I've
Buttercup.
named Buttercup.
Aw, how did you know?
Because he actually listened to the podcast.
Well, you walked right into that
That's
one.
one way to.
Yeah.
That's one way to out yourself, I guess.
How would I have known?
In Elena's defense, we didn't have a whole lot of time to listen to it today.
That's true, yeah.
In Leela's defense, he's been really busy doing lots of stuff.
Absolutely. Been a busy week. Yeah, that's exciting. It's going to be cool to have Buttercup around.
I'm going to look like a fool a lot more now, though. I mean,
Now that you're a
let's face
spellcaster.
yeah.
Welcome to spellcasting.
I feel
Enjoy your stay.
like a fish out of water. I just want 2 levels. I just want to be an animal.
It is fun.
I forget, Em, did you say you can cure diseases or curses or something like that?
I can with my Lay on Hands. I also have a lesser restoration spell. But Lay on Hands lets me, if I expend 5 hit points from my pool of healing, I can cure 1 disease or neutralize 1 poison.
Oh, I see. That's how it works. Okay. That can be pretty handy. Like
Would it-
blue rot would count.
Yeah, would it
as
count?
that, right?
That's what I didn't know.
It was a disease, so I would think
It was,
so.
yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
What?
that's very handy.
Where have you been?
Boy, I know Gozer needed Shakara, but Shakara couldn't exist without no Gozer.
Imagine
Well,
that.
the next goblin sidekick I give you guys won't succumb to terrible, horrible boils exploding all over his body.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't even talk to us about Brenda leveling up. That's just garbage. No one needs to hear.
Well, he is stealing 1/5 of your HP XP from every encounter. So
Oh, I think Brendel needs to die.
I think we're gonna.
I tried.
I think we're gonna kill
but
him
everybody
off.
got pissed off at me.
I wouldn't get pissed off at you.
Well, Emily
get
wouldn't,
pissed
but
off at you.
Shakara.
Yeah. Shakara might be a little upset.
Let's just off him. That's a good deed, really. Like, honestly.
Just put everybody out of their misery.
Oh, man.
okay, excellent. So power level creep meeting baddies, power level creeps. Bada bing, bada boom. Everyone has more fun. All right, next morning, what is everybody doing?
I think I'll get up and I'll have quite a bit of a headache because, I was drinking some of that ale bender beer, but then we switched over to that piss water stuff. So, the old saying, ale bender, and then after you drink the piss water, you're going to be sick. So I really don't feel too well. My eyes sort of hurt in the sun. But I'm going to come down and sit at the bar and just wait for everybody to come down and go, okay, where's this Shakara girl or whatever? Let's go get her up. Ugh, God, my head hurts.
I would have come down as well. I think I'm probably feeling similar, but not quite as bad. Falzarin usually has a bit of restraint when it comes to gulping down ales. Are there people around?
No, it's fairly empty. Maybe a few people in similar condition as you guys, having spent the night there and being up for maybe a little bit of the hair of the dog to try to cure what ails them.
Okay.
But other than that, no, it's pretty quiet.
Is Shakara around?
Still in her room sleeping.
She is. Okay. I don't know where Shakara is, Shaft. I think you're gonna have to tough out this headache for a little while. Maybe
Is the storm still going? Sorry. Is the storm still going?
The storm has ceased. Do you see that there's sunlight filtering through the windows of the tavern?
Okay, sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, Bill.
Where's Bryn? Where am I? Am I by you guys? Hi, guys.
Falzarin
I'm pretty perky this morning.
Falzarin becomes visibly more upbeat and cheerful when he notices that there's sunlight outside.
Hey, Falzarin, check this out. And Bryn, she's wearing a headband, so you guys can see the headband that she's wearing. And she just, stretches out her hand, and she uses Produce Flame cantrip. And she's got, this ball of fire in her hand.
What is this, Bryn?
She puts it right in Shaft's face. It's really bright light.
Oh, dear God, put that thing away.
Sweet,
What
eh?
Are you sure you know how to use that?
I don't know. So I start, tossing it between my hands, little ball of flame.
Did you teach her something she just really doesn't need to know there, Falzarin?
I am completely innocent.
I don't know. This is pretty sweet, though, right?
I mean,
I'm so happy right now.
I do like fire, Bryn. I hope you're careful with that.
All right, I put it out.
Okay, Shakara comes down and she looks about the way that Shaft feels. Had a few way too many drinks last night.
And through the open door, Brendel actually walks in. And he comes in and meets you and gives you guys a wave and sits down at the table with you.
Hey, Brendel.
Oh,
Yeah.
How you feeling?
good
Hey.
morning, all. Some of you don't look all that great.
No, don't talk so loud.
Yes, it's been It was a long night last night.
Guys, the ale was great, though. Guys.
Oh, dear God.
The ale,
Please.
it was good.
Ugh.
What kind of piss water were you drinking, Shaft?
I think some shepherd's pie might help everyone out.
Yes, some food would be quite nice.
I guess I could eat something.
Sure, and you guys are helped. You can order whatever you like.
The old tavern eating. I would like to take my fork and knife and cut the shepherd's pie. What's everybody else
Why are
want
you
to do?
cutting it with a knife? What kind of pie is this?
It's a little crusty. No, I think we'll eat, and then I'll say, hey, Shecker, are we gonna be heading over to see your buddy Campbell this morning? I really want to get a move on.
Yes, he would be expecting us. Well, me.
Yeah, he knows something about this gooey stuff, you said?
He has been looking into it for a while. That is why I was out yesterday to get more ingredients for him.
Yeah, we should definitely look into solving this black stuff. Let's go.
This seems like there's something very sinister going on.
I don't remember everything you said last night because I was a little out of it, but didn't you say you went to the same cave that we went to and saw all this black junk in the water, right?
Yes, there was a lake that was full of the black goo. And then I followed it up to another cave that was clear. It was clean water, and I followed that through the mountain for a while. I was trying to find some cultists that I had seen go into the lake, but I did not see them again.
Cultists.
These cultists had captured... Did you say it was a halfling? Or a dwarf?
A dwarf.
A dwarf.
And he had one of those things on his face like we took off of your friend on the beach.
They dragged him under the water and came back out without him.
Correct.
Oh, like the thing I had to dive inside of and get burned to save your butt falls are in.
Yeah, but only a smaller
You
one.
dove inside one?
A big mama one, yeah.
Wow.
It was pretty scary, and Falzarin's pretty lucky to have a friend like me, right, Falzarin?
It does sound like he is.
That was very heroic of you, Bryn, and I appreciate it. I'm thankful.
Well, the ale helped me get over it. Plus, I can do this! And you stretch my hand out, and I've got... produce
okay.
flame again.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, right?
How did
Brendel,
you
are you
learn
impressed?
that?
Come on.
My goodness, yes.
This'll never go wrong. Pyromania probably runs in her family.
Well, I mean, you guys probably won't believe me, but... I mean, you remember how weepy and crabby I've been.
I hadn't noticed, actually.
Yeah. So Ciari came and saw me.
Who is Ciari?
I thought she had passed away.
Yeah. She's been dead, but...
You had a dead friend visit you?
Yeah, so she came to visit me in a few different visions at key times, one of them being right before we saw Erica at the house, remember that? And she was covered in the black goo and pointing to the storm and basically encouraging me, and it really intrigued me into like solving this problem. So I'm very invested and interested in solving this black goo and protecting nature for her. My friend Ciari, she was a druid, so I don't know, she came to me last night and she gave me this. I point at my headband that I'm wearing. And now it seems like I can cast magic.
May I see the headband?
No.
I knew you were going to say that.
Bryn would say no.
Very
What is this magic
interesting.
you have power over now, Bryn? Are these are spells you're casting?
Well, I'm guessing, from what I can tell, this is like my spellcasting focus. This headband was glowing when she gave it to me, but I don't know. I feel like I need to mess around with it a little bit to see what I'm really capable of. But she was a druid, so I think that I have some of her druid abilities now.
Ah, I see.
Yeah.
That's very interesting.
It is pretty cool, and I like put the fire closer to Falzarin's face.
I do have an affinity for fire, Bryn.
I know you do.
Well, that's quite the revelation.
Well, yeah. I'm definitely interested in making sure you get your stuff to Campbell, because we need to solve this black slime and we need to protect nature. I mean, I'm feeling very strongly about this since Ciari came to me all the way from the other side to warn me about this stuff.
Well, are we ready to go see Campbell then?
Yeah, I sort of push half of my shepherd's pie up. I can't eat anymore. I jump off the...
You're not going to eat
table.
that?
No, you want it?
Yeah, I'll finish it.
All right. Well, bring it with you. It's I don't. I got to go outside for a minute.
3 bites, I'm done.
Oh man, teenagers are always so hungry, so hard to feed.
If we may pause for 1 second, Falzern, can I speak to you in private?
Sure, no
Are
problem.
you kicking us off mics already?
Yeah.
That's okay. I got to go outside. You guys want me to go outside?
Brendel could pull you maybe back up to his room for a quick chat. Now, I mean, Falzern, what are our plans now? I mean, surely we could go speak to this Campbell, as I'm quite interested in why his potions were faulty, just as much as the rest of you. But like I said, I mean, I'm here on the mainland for a reason. We got to find the Tritons. I'm desperate. Heraculan desperately needs their help.
I'm feeling very torn, Brendel. I mean, how urgent do you think this is?
Well, urgent enough to send myself as an emissary. Surely the elders of Heraculan believe it may be a shot in the dark, but it's all that we have. It's all that we can do. I mean, if this impending evil is as powerful as the elders predict it is, surely any chance that we have, we must take.
Well, Brendel, we don't know a whole lot about where this danger that the elders are worried about, where it's coming from, and who's responsible for it. I wonder, could it be related to what Erica has been dabbling around with? In which case, maybe we've solved the problem already. The storm is gone. I'm hoping Erica was crushed in that coral. Another possibility is maybe it's related to Samuel Coltis, whatever he's up to with these towers. I don't know. You're saying they want me to come back to Heraklion?
No, I think they just want more information. Again, I may have made one or two of them aware of some of your ties to your friend, and they just more information. Perhaps they could share something with the Tritons, or the Tritons could share something with us, and
I see.
We could help each other possibly. I believe we're all on the same side here. It's all in everyone's best interest to pursue this.
Yeah, that's a valid point. If there is some impending evil that's bringing doom to this realm, the Tritons likely are aware of it and would be willing to lend aid. I'm just a bit weary of telling the rest of these folks I'm traveling with about all that information. I mean, I suppose I could. I'm usually not very forthcoming with that sort of thing. What harm do you think could come of telling them? I suppose if we stand to benefit from talking to the Tritons, whether it be through information or actually their aid, I don't see much of a downside to letting the cat out of the bag.
Perhaps we, the five of us, don't need to personally speak to the Tritons. Perhaps maybe someone more qualified from Heraklion could be this messenger. They just need to know where and to whom to send the message.
Would I know how to get into? I don't know if we've ever.
No,
discussed.
We haven't really spoken about that. I think you would. You certainly would have a general idea. Obviously, you wouldn't know exactly where the Tritons live, because I mean, one, you do know that they live under the water, right, as they are an aquatic race. But it's not like you have, a roadmap to Kuros's front door, so you could go give him a knock and say hello, kind of thing. So you would have more of a general direction. But as far as specific ways where you could get in contact with Kuros, No, you wouldn't have anything special or something like. I mean, I imagine you haven't seen him since he saved you basically and took a liking to you, really. But I mean, that's up to you though. If you want to say that you have some type of minimal contact with him throughout the years, that kind of makes sense.
Yeah, it was quite a few years ago, and Falzarin is very inquisitive.
Right.
So I think maybe he would have tried to make contact with him in the time that's gone by, and probably was successful at least on one occasion, and perhaps came to some agreement that if he needed to contact them, there'd be a place he could go underwater to where he'd eventually find one of them.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I guess.
Like a dead drop place, kind of, where you
right.
leave something for him, and that gets checked periodically, and you know
that we want to meet. So Brendel, I suppose I do. I've got a way of letting them know that I need to contact them. Do you have someone trustworthy in mind that I think we'd be able to trust to access their civilization? Or I wonder if this is something I should do myself. It would mean traveling if I were to do it myself over to the location in the sea where I can contact them.
Right. Well, I mean, I personally have no deeply personal ties to any of the elders, as you are well aware. I don't know if perhaps you feel differently about a particular individual yourself, but I mean, we grew up with them. We know them. I don't know. It's really it is I will leave it up to you.
Yeah, I've never felt overly welcomed by a good chunk of them, to be honest, Brendel. I think there are certain things we don't see eye to eye on, the elders and I.
Well, perhaps, do you trust me to go?
I would, yeah. If you're willing to make the journey and you want to part ways with us, I mean, I guess that might be the safest option. You're the person, certainly, I trust more than anyone else that I know, Brendel.
And I you, my friend, I am certainly not. I'm not excited to leave your company so quickly. As I mean, we've only just reunited. But if this is what needs to happen, I mean, I am willing. Yes.
Yeah, I agree. I hate to part ways. I'm just. It feels like a big piece of information that I wouldn't want to let slip into the wrong hands. Being able to get in touch with the Tritons is something I don't take lightly, and I don't think they as a civilization want just anyone being able to find them.
Oh, I certainly agree with that. If the wrong forces knew where they could be found, it could be devastating.
Yes. Since Brendel and I have been reunited here this past little while, has there been anything has happened in passing, or just in normal conversations, where he's mentioned something that would give me indication that he has knowledge of something that Brendel would know, but someone else wouldn't know? Like if someone were impersonating Brendel.
Right. You do you have something specific? I mean, he's able to name people that you both grew up with and learned with, right? And just Memnarch being one of them.
Right, that's
he
true.
He certainly knows the names of all of the elders in Heraklion.
Yeah. Okay.
Is there something maybe specific you want to ask him?
No, I think that suffices for me to be convinced that this isn't an imposter posing as Brendel. So yeah, in that case, I think Falzarin would basically, Brendel would be the only person he would trust to do this. I think he doesn't want to give this information away of this secret spot where you can go to get in touch with the Tritons.
Okay. Well, perhaps such a decision does not need to be made right now. I mean, we do have quite a few things going on. I've just lost Gozer, and now this new person and this whole Campbell business. certainly we don't need to rush anything, but I mean, time is still of the essence. I don't know. I feel like there is no good decision to be made here.
I know. We're certainly... A lot has happened in the past few days. It's been pretty overwhelming. And I'd hate to part ways with you, Brendel, being, my best friend, and I'm here with these other people I've just met within the past few weeks. It's been nice having you around. Why don't you think on it for some time, and I'll leave the decision up to you. I trust you if you want to be the person who goes, but I understand if you want to wait for a more opportune time.
So do you give him the information, or are you like going to wait until he's like, okay, I think I'm ready to go, and then you have another conversation?
I think I would tell Brendel that whenever he decides, or if he decides that he'd like to go, I'll give
at that
him...
time you can have another conversation.
Sure. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. So you two kind of head back down and into the tavern. Okay, so what are the rest of you doing?
I'm outside of the Jack deal, sort of shading my eyes a little bit and waiting for the others to come out.
I'm going to finish scarfing down Shaft's shepherd's pie.
Are there people walking around?
Yeah, there are.
Is Brynner allowed to have tried to, eavesdrop?
Unbelievable.
I'm just saying she would.
You absolutely can. So Shaft has gone outside. You are, I assume, still sitting with Shakara. So you see Falzarin and Brendel kind of walk back up the stairs to one of their rooms. And so Bryn, what do you say to Shakara? She's there shoveling shepherd's pie into her maw.
I'm assuming the room I stayed in last night was kind of back the same way.
Yeah, all the rooms are up on the second floor.
I just say, hey, Shakara, I think I forgot something in my room. I'm going to go back and check real quick.
Okay.
Falzarin casts Leoman's tiny hut.
Retroactively?
Yeah.
You're not allowed to know that I'm doing this. Get off the mic.
I know, I'm just kidding.
I'm just kidding.
Okay, so you go up the stairs and follow them. So why don't you make a stealth check?
Sure.
Yes.
No, because I get advantage on stealth.
Oh. The first dice you rolled was a 1.
Okay, so my stealth is 23.
DC level 30.
Okay, so yeah, you're able to get up the stairs and kind of follow behind them. You see them enter Brendel's room.
Okay.
And you kind of creep up to the door and you pressing your ear against it.
Yeah, that's what I was picturing. Yep.
Okay. And you are able to overhear their conversation.
The whole thing.
It's, yeah.
I can't believe you right now, Bryn.
I should have said this before you had it, so you didn't have to repeat it to me.
That's fine. I'll inform you.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not gonna do anything with that info, I don't think. I'm gonna tell them. I don't trust Shakara yet. And Shaft annoys the crap out of me, so. Okay,
well, and Bryn, as you are kind of creeping, you kind of hear them wrapping up and you creep back down the hall. Do you want to try to get back downstairs, or do you want to maybe retreat to your room? Because they're coming very quickly. I would say your room is closer than the head of the stairs.
Yeah, I would go to the room and appear as though I'm looking for something that I forgot or left.
Okay, so you slip back
open
into
a drawer.
Room.
Yeah. If they were to find me, yeah.
Yeah, Brendel and Falzarin, they come out and you hear them. You hear a door kind of close, and you hear footsteps kind of leading back down towards the tavern.
I'll wait a respectable 30 seconds or whatever and follow them back.
Okay.
After.
Brendel and Falzarin, as you are coming back down the stairs again, you now just see Shakara seated at the table, but you also pass a human going up the stairs, probably to one of his own rooms. And Bryn, as you exit your room, you see this man coming down the hallway. And Bill, I'll kick you off, Mike.
Okay.
What? Oh, man. What is happening? You had too much time to prepare all this with
I
the
had
month
too
off.
much time. So Brent, you just see this human. He looks very clean shaven, like trimmed and proper. He is wearing a plain kind of set of leather armor, but it looks like it's brand new though. Like it's not decorative or flashy at all. And so when he sees you as you're exiting your room, the man pauses and he kind of looks at you and nods his head and says, "Hello, excuse me, pardon me for bothering you, but are you Bryn?"
Who's asking?
I'm Frederick Boddington. I believe you know a mutual acquaintance of ours named Shaft.
Yeah.
I spoke to him in Port Randis, and he told me that he would perform an errand for me, and in exchange there a cache of magical items that you all could help yourselves to.
Oh, so Shaft was telling the truth for once. You do exist.
Well, yes, I in fact do exist. Tell me, were you successful? Do I owe payment at all?
We have not been successful in finding any magical items. And I've been quite ticked at Shaft, to be honest.
Well, have you made it to the source of the slime?
Well, see, that's the problem. We're not quite sure that we were looking in the right place. He wasn't real specific. Not to say that you weren't, Mr. Boddington. Shaft is kind of a sleazy guy.
Oh my, I am regretting maybe not speaking to you instead. Well, perhaps I can give you the information that I gave to Shaft, and maybe it will be more of a help in your hands.
Sure. Oh, I'll take any information you've got. Magical items sound good to me.
Well, in the tunnel that contains the dam, before it was backed up and flooded, there are many branching passageways off of that main tunnel that the river flows through. And well, I will admit in my past and my youth, I partake in less than above board practices myself, and there may...
No judgment here.
I have acquired some contraband from my past that I stowed away in hopes that, once the heat dies down, as in the business we often say...
I know what you're saying.
That they could be put to use. Unfortunately, the years they pass and people change. I changed, and well, I myself have no use for them. My main interest is for the good of Port Randis and clearing up this river problem. So I don't know how or if it's even possible to get through one of these tunnels and find one of my hidden caches, but...
Do you remember which tunnel? Or any specific directions?
Yes, there is one in particular on the north side of this tunnel, kind of the opposite end of where the dam is located. There is a tunnel right near the entrance, the northern entrance.
Okay.
And actually, Bryn, you and Shaft, you had scouted that opening, and you do recall seeing a flooded additional passageway.
So we saw it, but it was the water level was high enough that we couldn't walk there, right? You'd need
That's
a boat
right.
type thing.
Yes.
So
yeah.
who even knows where these items are till we fix the water level? So, Mr. Boddington, is there something you want in return, or just to solve this black slime problem? And
yes, as I said, Port Randis is my main concern, as I was the one that posted that job on the board. I am willing to pay. I do now, though, realize since posting it that the job is quite dangerous, much more so than I had first anticipated, as you are not the first party to set out upon it and not return to Port Randis. I did fear the worst. I am so very, very glad that I could track you down here.
yeah, well, I'm glad that you found me, because I think, to be honest, I'm not quite sure that Shaft is interested in completing your task, Mr. Boddington. I'm definitely invested in solving this slime and goo problem. I mean, the magical items are definitely payment enough in my eyes, but is there anything else you could give me as incentive that maybe I could offer to Shaft to keep him on course, so that we can continue this mission?
Well, I am certainly willing to up the gold, the monetary reward.
Sure, I forget what the original reward was anyway.
Well, it was set at 150 gold pieces for completion, but as I said, I have come to realize that compensation may not be quite enough incentive for such a dangerous and arduous task. I am certainly willing to offer upwards of 500 gold pieces for completion. And of course, should you recover any of these old caches that may still be intact after the flooding, water damage not pertaining, you are free, of course, to keep anything that you find.
Great. I'm drawing a blank on what was offered to us finding that flower that Shaft seems so into.
Well, you didn't actually settle on a exact monetary value. Shaft threw around a value of like 100,000 gold pieces, but that was never confirmed by Rugar. The only thing that he really did solidify was, of course, drinks for life, free drinks for life at the Alebenders Inn. But Rugar did promise to reward you quite well.
Right. Dang, it's gonna be hard to convince Shaft to do this. Okay. Alright, that's all I really needed reminding of. Okay, Frederick, well, I mean, if I'm glad you trusted coming to me, and I just have to go back and try to get Shaft on our side. I think the other two will want to tackle this problem with me and protect Port Randus from this black slime.
I do appreciate it, and for what it's worth, Shaft did speak quite highly of you when he and I conversed. In fact, it was one of the main reasons that I offered the additional goods to him and you, by extension.
Oh, that's nice of him. I wonder why he can't ever say anything nice to my face. Well, that's Shaft. Alright, well, Mr. Boddington, I'm gonna go catch up with the rest of the party, if that's okay.
Of course, I was on my way to my room. I'm quite thankful that I did run into you.
Oh, me too. Alright, well, we'll be seeing you again, I think.
Thank you. A pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Yeah, same.
Alright, Shakara, so you see Brendel and Falzarin coming down the stairs. They rejoin you at the table.
And Shakara's there, Shaft is outside. Where did Bryn go, Shakara?
She said she needed to go back to her room for something.
Oh. I see. I kind of look over at Brendel and raise an eyebrow. All right. I guess we wait for her to come down?
She should only be a minute.
Okay.
And a couple minutes pass by, and Bryn comes walking back down the stairs.
Are we ready to go see Campbell now?
Oh yeah, let's go.
Did you get what you forgot in your room there, Bryn?
Yeah, definitely. Thanks for asking.
Okay.
So Shaft, outside, you do see now it is very bright. There isn't a cloud in the sky. It seems this storm is completely dissipated. And there are quite a few people out, even for as early in the morning as it is they are all enjoying the sunshine, kind of rejoicing that, wow, what has happened? What's going on with the storm? You kind of hear people chattering, and as you're kind of waiting outside, and a few minutes tick by, and they still haven't yet to come out. But you do hear and see a few people. They kind of run past you towards the direction of the docks, and you kind of hear people yelling. They found somebody. They found someone.
Okay, does it look like there's a lot of storm damage? Or did everything go through the storm okay?
It actually does look like everything is kind of intact. Seems that it was mostly rainfall. And, everything is still kind of like soaking wet. Maybe some minor flooding on the like the dirt ground, on these streets. Some large puddles, and it's quite mucky, but it is quickly drying up in the sun.
Okay. So I sort of open the door crack and look in there, and I see Shakara still sitting there at the table. So I shut the door and I walk out towards the dock to see what everybody's getting on about.
And as you get to the docks, you see there's two humans in Dorset salvage gear, and they're dragging this elf, and the elf has like both arms slung around each of their necks, as they're trying to help him, and he's kind of just stepping, and the elf is like soaked to the bone, and he kind of looks a little dazed as the salvage crew kind of gets him up onto the like this wooden gangplank of the main dock section. People are kind of gathering around, and they kind of let him go, and he kind of slumps to his knees and is just kind of sitting there and catching his breath.
I'm gonna work my way up through the crowd, sort of by everybody's knees, and try to get a good look. And first off, do I recognize this elf?
No, I don't think so. Maybe you've seen him like in Pisces, like possibly at the Jacked Eel, maybe. But
nobody I know.
No.
Specifically. Okay. Does he have any distinguishing features or anything, like wearing something that would be, I would recognize what kind of individual, like a paladin's occultist garb or something to that effect? Is there just indescript?
No, he's got like a set of like studded leather armor on, and there's a sword kind of at his side, and he's got a bag. You see like the strap of a bag kind of across his chest as it's set all around his back. But other than that, nothing, no like distinguishing marks or anything like that. And he's just kind of catching his breath. He's, oh, hello, people. I'm so glad you all survived the last of this infinite storm. I have quite a tale. People are kind of yelling like, "Who is this? What happened to this man?" And one of the salvage crews, they say, "Well, we found him washed up on the shore. It was a miracle. He made it." "Oh, yes, good sir. Thank you both so much. Oh, I've come from the sea, from the storm itself. I've quite the tale for you all. I had enough, and I sailed into the storm, and I loaded up my boat and put on my armor and donned my weapon, and I went forth, and I was determined to find the being or beings responsible for this storm and put it to an end and save this city from the terrors of this storm has wrought for so many years, and I was successful. Look at this brilliant sun. I was successful. It was a harrowing adventure. My poor little rowboat, how foolish to think a piddly rowboat could suffice, but I made it. I rode into the storm, and I crested the waves, and I found an island in the center. A small island with a tiny, even tinier hut. And I saw the most terrible being that you could ever have laid eyes upon in that hut. She was hideous, I tell you. And I spoke to her. I said, "I am Tolstoff Meladin of Pisces. And you, foul being, must be responsible for this. As this creature's island, the nexus of this storm, the calm of it, the eye, has all around it clear skies and no downpour. And I do not know, looked at me, and it croaked, and it beckoned with one finger that it would have my heart for dinner. And I drew my sword, and we battled a ferocious battle, and I fell the beast, nearly succumbing myself. And from his back, he kind of flips around the sack and reaches into it, and he pulls out this severed arm and throws it on the ground in front of him, its skin shaft to you, a familiar blue, or its fingers ending in these long, sharp nails and kind of up at where it would meet the shoulder, this crushed section of bone and tattered and shredded flesh. This, I severed the beast's arm, and from then it did not stand a chance. I skewered it, took my trophy, got back in my boat, and made it to shore, barely. As I approached land, this swell overtook my boat, and I plunged into the depths and turned all around. Didn't know up from down, left from right, but I woke up to these fine men pulling me from the sand, sputtering water, and to the dock. To now. And people all around are shouting, "This is a hero! The hero! The infinite hero!" And they're letting up cheers for this man, this elf. As he gets to his feet, people are kind of crowding around him and patting him on his shoulder. And the rest of the party, you exit the Jack Deal and kind of see no sign of Shaft, but you hear this commotion and are able to make your own way down to the dock, and you see, this elf and these Dorset salvage crew have now kind of been pushed off to the side a little bit as people are surrounding him and cheering him and patting him.
And that's our show. Our intro and outro music was created by Josh Jarvis. For your own musical inquiries, contact jamesmercymusic@gmail.com. All other music and ambient noise is courtesy of tabletopaudio.com. The Encouragement Party is sponsored by Critical Hit Design. Visit criticalhitdesign.com for all of your graphic design needs. You can find more info on the characters and world at encourageableparty.com. Enjoying the show? Have any questions or rules corrections? Email us, contact@encourageableparty.com, or reach out on social media. The Encourageable Party on Facebook and Instagram, @IncouragablePar on Twitter, using the hashtag AfterPartyIP for a shout out during our behind the screen after party episodes that drop every 4th release. Happy adventuring! A darkly clad figure stands silently on a quickly muddying shore, staring into the roaring crash of the sea's waves and braving the hammering of rain droplets that soak his black, hooded robe. A fully formed deep scion ascends out of the waves. Its long, writhing tentacles begin to shrink and shorten, appearing to retract into the back of its head. The thin, waifish fins protruding from its forearms fold down flat, melding into the creature's skin and becoming part of its arm. Grasped in its strong but quickly dulling claws is the ankle of a female figure. The scion's gasping mouth flaps close over its shark-like rows of jagged, deadly teeth, becoming a normal, smiling, human mouth. "Good, you found her," says the human on the shore as he rushes into the water to aid his companion. Together, they drag the figure from the water as the deep scion nods. "Yes, right where the High Zealot predicted she would be. Make haste, and tell him of the news. He will be quite pleased. And do not be seen by the others."